Let's prepare on zero force members. Zero force members. So this is an important topic to be studied in the analysis of trusses, because this will be asked as a separate question also. That is, they'll be giving a truss and finding and they'll ask you to find the zero force member, or they will specify a member and ask what is the stress or what is the force in this member, like that. Okay, and also this will help you in the analysis of trusses. That is, in the whole methods. No, we have method of joints and sections. So in that also this idea will help you. So first let us study the rules to be noted in this methods. Okay, so there are two golden rules for this method. So the first rule is, when the two forces are not along the same line and no external forces acting at that joint. So this both are condition. The forces are, that is the member forces are not at same line and external forces is not applied at that joint. If that is the case, means then both the members will be zero force member. Okay, so a just simple diagram is given here. So when there are no external forces, these both will be a zero force member. Okay, whereas in the same case, if force is given, that is a support reaction, or if some force is given here, means this both member will be turning into a non-zero member. Okay, so this is your rule 1. So all these rules, so how they are making it, means just by using the equilibrium conditions only. So if this is the case and you apply sigma fx is equal to 0 and sigma fy is equal to 0, means obviously the forces in both the members will be 0 only. So that only is formed as a rule here. Okay, and then the rule 2, that is, if three forces are acting at a joint and if two forces are at straight line at a joint, means then the third force will be zero member. Okay, so here it is just a collinear thing they are telling. So here this A force and B force are collinear to each other, so they are at a straight line. Okay, so the C force, no, so this will be a zero member. Okay, so if this A may be a member force also, or it may be a external force also. If it is external force, means also C will be 0 only. So these are the two basic rules. By applying this, we will be solving some examples now, so that will be clear with the concept. So we will see the first example. So here a simple truss is given and they have asked how many zero force members are there in this truss. Okay, so let us start from the joint. So here a reaction will be there and here also a reaction will be there. So as we saw in the rule 1, if there is no external forces and two member forces are acting at different directions, means then it is 0. So if that is not the case, means both will be a non-zero member. Okay, so automatically this member and this member will be a non-zero member, and this member and this member also will be a non-zero member. Okay, so the remaining BD member, no, so this will be your zero force member. So you may think here a 50 kilonewton is acting, then how this will become a zero force member like that? Because we are having inclined members in these two sides, no, so that vertical force will be splitted with that inclined force and the straight member will be having zero force member only. If the same load is acted here, means then BD will not be a zero force member, because when this is straight, this will be surely taken by the straight member only. Okay, so always check correctly where the load is acting, that is the external load is acting. So in this case the BD member will be 0. So let us go to the next example. So here also two supports is given. So here one reaction, here one reaction. So as we saw before, these two members will become non-zero members. So come to this side support. Okay, so here at the point C, this member BC and the member CE is splitting into two only, but you can clearly see that the CE is straight to the reaction. Okay, whereas in this case it is not straight, it is just splitting in different directions away from the forces. Okay, but here CE is straight to the support reaction, so that means this will only be the non-zero member and this will be a zero force member only, because as it is the straight reaction, this member will directly take up the reaction. Okay, so we got this 0 and E. So now go to this point, that is D point. Okay, so already in the left side we are having a non-zero member, so obviously this also will be a non-zero member only, because it is in a straight line. Okay, and then we are having a member, that is straight member BD, but we are having load at the top. So when the load is like this means, so it is not an inclined member, so it is a straight member. This one is straight member and we are having a load there, so this also will become a non-zero member only. So now the left out part is BE alone, so it is also a non-zero member only, because if you take a point B, here a straight member is also there and horizontal member is also there. Okay, so this BD straight member is taking up the external load only, so that is nullified or that is equalized there. Okay, but if you see the AB member, that is the horizontal reaction, it can't get transferred to the BC because that is a non-zero member, so obviously it has to transfer to this inclined member only. So then only the equilibrium condition will prevail at the point B. So this is all I'm just telling by my assumption only, but if you want to find the actual value means you have to go for the method of section and joints only. Okay, but here in this non-zero member calculation, this is enough. So now let us go to the third option. So here again a truss is given, so here one load and here one load is applied. So as we already saw, these two will become non-zero, and as this is a straight member, this also will become non-zero member. And then if you go to the top, there is a force there at the D, so that force also has to be transferred. So how it could be transferred? Only it can transfer through the inclined members only, because it is a vertical thing. Okay, so it has to be transferred like this. And then if you see the DE means in the opposite direction, here is a non-zero member. So this is a straight line, so obviously this also will be a non-zero member. And by the rule 2, if two straight lines are there having the forces means the another force will be having zero force member only. So here EC will automatically become zero force member, and if you come to AC, it is also a zero force member. So how I am telling us, here in the point A, the vertical load is applied and it is directly taken by the AE, so there is no problem in it. So in that case also you can just assume that. Or else when you come to C joint, here CD and CB are straight line and they are carrying the non-zero forces, that is they are non-zero members and carrying the forces, so already they are equalized there. And the EC also we are having zero only, so there is no other force to be equalized there, so it is not necessary to be a force to be present in the AC, so AC is also zero. Okay, so it may be a little bit confusing for you at the first time, but when you practice more and more questions, this concept will become clear to you. Okay, so now let us go to the fourth options. So here this is a gate question. I think this year gate question, so let us find the answer here. So in this question, let us start from the support, or let us go for the end also, because in the end there is no forces at all, so it will be easy for us to come from there. Okay, so as we saw, there is no forces at a joint, that is externally acting forces, and the members are splitting into two means that two will be a zero force member. So this is also zero, this is also zero. Okay, so when this force is zero, as it is in the straight line, this is also will be zero. So when these both are zero, this also will become zero. Okay, and in the top, if you see means this is zero, so the straight line, this also will become zero, and the inclined member we have to see. So in this point, that is, if you take this joint means there are four members connecting there. The left member, the right member and the bottom member, both are a non-zero member, and there is no force acting at the joint only. So obviously this member also will be a zero member only. So this right hand part fully there are six members, no, so all these six members become zero. Okay, so now we can come to this part. So here a member is there and 10 kilonewton load is there. Okay, so this 10 kilonewton is actually very straight to that member, and the bottom two these members, no, so these are straight. So we saw this case already. So when this is the case, then only this has to carry the 10 kilonewton, so this will be a non-zero member. Okay, so as we saw, the straight line means if you say that here also zero, so here also zero only, non-zero member only, so here it will be a zero force member. Okay, so there are remaining three supports are only there, so let us see that now. So here a reaction will be there, and here also a reaction will be there. Okay, So when you take this, so this is going straightly here. So as we saw this already, when the force, that is external force, is straight to a member, means only it has to carry that force. Okay, so this will be a non-zero member, so automatically this will become a zero force member. Okay, so now only one member is remaining. So when you take that member, it will become a non-zero member only, because this support reaction, no, this has to go somewhere. In this direction also it is 0, in this direction also it is 0, then it has to be definitely transferred through that inclined member only. So there is no other way for that reaction to transfer, so obviously it will be a non-zero member only. So if you calculate, nearly 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 members, so 8 non-zero members are present in this truss. Okay, so this is a gate question, they have asked this here. So here there is a question for you to solve. So here also it is a pin jointed truss is only given, and you can find the number of zero force members and name the zero force member also. Thank you, and keep watching for the next lecture on method of joints.